Hello. Welcome to a really special edition of UTS Startups Confessions. We've already done a confession for you. It was fantastic. I recommend watching it for urban plant growers. It's all our videos are good, but that was like really good. Link in the description below. The reason we're doing this is to have a catch up on what's happened since then, because there's some cool stuff going on. And I think for people that care about startups or fundraising or just how entrepreneurs are doing things in Australia, this is going to be worth watching.
We've definitely got a lot to confess, so glad to be here again.
Okay, so for those that don't know already, what is Urban Plant Growers?
So Urban Plant Growers is a brand that sells easy-to-use hydroponic grow kits that let you grow your own food, like including herbs, leafy greens, as well as indoor plants, all in the comfort of your own home. We sell mainly online, but we also have B2B wholesale channels with like Flower Power, Costco, David Jones, and a range of other smaller retailers. And we really see ourselves as the company that's helping to bring gardening indoors. So if you don't have an outdoor garden, you can do everything that you would normally do in the comfort of your own home. And we're just working towards making that vision a reality.
Sweet. Does that mean I can get lettuce again?
Yes.
Okay.
Easily.
That's worth it just for that. But I do love it. The idea that you can just make your own stuff at home. There's so many good things in this, and your execution is amazing. How has it been going as a company?
It's been going very well. We've been very lucky as well. So we've been going for nearly 4 years now. About 11 months ago, both Dilhan and I went full time. Last financial year, we did about 1.5 mil revenue. We also expanded into the UK market as well and sold out there pretty quickly. We've also got Costco, Flower Power, Eden Gardens, David Jones, great wholesale channels. We've got a team of 7. So yeah, very, very good.
I keep meeting people that work for Urban Plant Growers. I'm like, oh, okay, you too. So that's good. As a kind of hardware-based startup, how do you fund the growth that you've had?
Yeah, so historically we've used like a range of different methods. So initially we were bootstrapping it ourselves. So for the first 2.5 years, probably, it was just all our own money. We were working full-time jobs, so everything we earned from that, we just put back into the business. As the business started to grow, it started outpacing our incomes. So we had to look for other ways to get capital. So we, took a bank loan. We used that for a while, manufactured stock, and then kind of started selling that. We were pretty intelligent with like financing stuff like Amex. So like just pushing back payments 55 days so that we don't have to pay things until we've started, making revenue for manufacturing runs. Stuff like that's been super helpful. As time progressed, we found revenue-based financing, which has sort of like exploded over the last 2 years. So we worked with a company called Wayflyer and most recently Tractor Ventures, who offer revenue-based financing, which is, they'll take a clip of your sales to pay back the loan amount. And that kind of brings us to where we are today, which is, we're stable, we're a profitable business, but we want to go like supersonic and really speed up our growth and develop a new range of products that fit gaps in the market that we've observed. And to do that, we need to raise a big amount of money, which is why we're doing an equity crowdfunding campaign.
Okay, so why equity crowdfunding?
Well, we're grown quite significantly over the last 4 years. We're lucky to be a B2C brand, lucky to have 20,000 plus customers, which are extremely passionate about our company. So it just made sense to try and bring some of them into the ecosystem and reward customers in a way. So we're effectively getting supercharged, passionate customers coming in as investors to invest in a company that they love and they can see grow.
Okay, and there's not many startups that would apply to. At your kind of age of company, to have 20,000 people that have spent that kind of money on a hardware product and love it, to then ask them for a little bit more and to then be part of the journey from here, that sounds like an easier thing to pull off than other startups can get away with.
Yeah, I definitely think we're very lucky in the way that our product can be a little bit culty, You buy a product and then you see something grow hydroponically for the first time. There's no soil, there's no sunlight. It's like a switch in your brain completely clicks and you realize, some common known belief that you've had your whole life might not necessarily be true. So kind of creating that customer base of like really dedicated, passionate people who care about sustainability and the environment and growing their own food it leads in quite well to getting support for our funding.
Also, like we're in UTS Startups at Central, this on the busiest street corner of Sydney. We put a bunch of startups in the windows. We change them every week. No startup stops people like plant growers does.
Yeah.
There's something about it's just such a broad demographic that it appeals to, and how much it appeals to them. We're causing accidents left, right, and centre. So you've gone with Equitise for crowdfunding. How's your experience been so far in that?
It's been good. So we reviewed the market and compared a lot of platforms for who we should do the equity crowdfund for. We chose Equitise because they come in as sort of consultants helping with the offer document and helping out with through their network with wholesale investors and sophisticated investors and connecting us equivalent. So it's a little bit more hand holding than some other platforms. Overall, the progress has been great. I mean, we've over 600,000 at the moment. I think we're sitting on about $620,000 sitting on the platform. We launched public, I think, 3 days ago. So we've been really blown away by the response. It's been good.
Okay, so I think stamp of approval for Equitise.
Yeah.
Their campaign is still open now, isn't it? And how long does that run for, and what are you looking forward to in that process?
Yeah, that's correct. So I guess like some high level details about the campaign. It went to the public on Monday, as Peter mentioned. We've raised about $620,000 to date. It's open for another 3 weeks. So I think 20 days from today is the amount of time it's open for. So we're hoping to hit our target of 1 million. If we get to 1 million, it'll allow us to do everything that we promised in our offer document, whereas 620,000 where we're at, we can do some of the fundamentals, but we might not necessarily be able to do the international expansion that we want. So obviously if we raise a larger amount, it gives us more runway. It allows us to open up like higher value projects and keep creating the products that we think will really open up the market.
Okay, so obviously we're not giving financial advice. The relevant AFSL is Equitise's, so consume information from there. But on a personal level, does having a larger round end up making this a more interesting kind of future for the company? Because in my head, I'm thinking, okay, as you see it get more and more traction as a round, that kind of appeals to me and gives me more confidence in this being a good way to park my money.
Yeah, I definitely think it does. Like if it's sort of like safety in the crowd, in the sense that if you raise 500K compared to 1 mil, your investment is more likely to pay off because you've got an extra 500K to invest in the business. So you've got longer runway to make things work, and you can invest in projects that might have otherwise been outside your reach. So for the business, yeah, obviously, like, we financial disclaimer, but for the business, we can do a lot more with 1 million than we can with 500,000.
Okay, cool. And I love the idea of people that are customers, not just getting a good experience themselves, but also being part of the journey with the company and what it becomes. Like, I can't think of a better feedback loop to end up with a better product for people. This is going to be amazing. For the people that are watching, if you're thinking, yeah, I need some urban plants or I need some to be involved in the opportunity, what should they do?
So you can check out our website, urbanplantgrowers.com, and there's links to the Equitise website, or you can go directly to the Equitise website if you're interested in investing. Of course, if you just want to jump on and have a look at our products, just go directly to Urban Plant Growers. But all the information about the raise is on the Equitise website, and all the information about, well, the company is also on the Equitise website, but the products themselves, just check out urbanplantgrowers.com.
Okay, I promised I'd keep this to 10 minutes and I lied because I want to ask 1 or 2 more questions. Equity crowdfunding in Australia has only been a thing for, 4 years or something when they changed the laws. I still think nobody understands what it is or how it works. For a punter out there, who can be involved in that kind of funding in terms of getting into the deal?
Yeah, so I think it's anyone over the age of 18. So it's open to retail investors. It basically allows retail investors to invest in early stage startups that would otherwise only be available for investment if you're an angel or a VC firm. So yeah, basically anyone. They put a cap in it. So the max you can invest is $10,000 unless you're a sophisticated investor. And there are a couple of terms for that. So it's like either you have a net worth over 2.5 million, or you're deemed as like a qualified investor. who has like knowledge about the company and has done their due diligence and can invest more than that.
Okay, so I can go to Crown Casino and bet $20,000, but unless I'm sophisticated, I can't put more than $10,000 into a sustainable kind of high growth company.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
currently.
Yeah.
Okay, let's work on that.
Just to clarify though, you're buying shares.
Yeah.
When we say invest, it means you're buying shares in the company at a rate that usually VCs or angels come in.
Okay, and good to know. You mentioned a number before we started streaming of how many companies have gone through Equitise and the number of investments or investors that they've had. What were those numbers again?
So I believe it's about 130 companies have gone through the Equitise website. You can check it on Equitise as well. They post their number. And I think there's 55,000 people that have invested through the Equitise website through different offers up to today.
Okay, and again, walk through a startup community anywhere in Sydney and say how many people know about crowdfunding or think it's a good option. Nobody understands it. So social proof right there, I think, in terms of a lot of people getting good funding. And I think particularly companies with passionate customers. That sounds interesting to me. Okay, so in the description, we'll have links to the last video interview we did and links to Urban Plant Growth's website and the Equitise crowdfunding site. But this is just exciting. I love this. Look, someone's looking at it right now. And I look forward to seeing these in every single house around the world and what that will do for how people consume food and look at their own homes. It's a wonderful thing. So wonderful work, guys.
Yeah, thanks so much, Murray. Thanks for speaking with us. And it was really great talking to you again.
Cool. Okay.
Thanks, Murray.
See you.
See you.